I'm Chris Haig, this is the Fiddle channel, and today we're going to be looking at the double shuffle, also known as Hokum Bowing. Now this is a special effect, it's a trick, it's a very effective trick. It's one that was first popularised by Joe Venuti, possibly the first great jazz fiddle player, and he incorporated it in tunes such as Pretty Tricks and Going Home, and in a lot of his solos. It's a technique that's full of syncopation and surprise and excitement. I'm going to, in this video, try and show you it from first principles, so I'm assuming that you've never done the double shuffle before, and I'll hope to guide you through it. Don't expect to get it straight away, it's not easy. I remember the first time I heard it in my early 20s. I heard the tune Orange Blossom Special, which is what it's most famous for, and I was immediately excited by it. I tried it and I had no idea what was going on, and I gave up on it. And not till 6 months later did I come back and think, okay, I'm going to sort it out this time. And I eventually worked out how to do it. I'm going to show you how to do it, and it'll be a lot easier than 6 months. There are certain traditional tunes, Backup and Push and Beaumont Rag, among others, which use this as part of their melody. And you can also use it in improvisation, in a bluegrass or indeed a country or a rock context. It works really nicely. So it's basically a syncopation, a pattern of 3 which goes across the bar lines. So I'm going to show you first of all a half of the pattern, and we think of it as with a 1 and a 2 and a. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 with a 1 and a 2 and a is what we're going to play, and we're going to rock between the A and the E string. 1, 2, 3, 4 with a 1 and a 2 and a. Now we're counting, not beats, but we're counting the upper notes of the rocking pattern. So 1, 2. So we count to 4, and then there's down, up, and then there's 1 and a 2 and a. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. With a 1 and a 2 and a. 1, 2, 3, 4. With a 1 and a 2 and a. 1, 2, 3, 4. With a 1 and a 2 and a. Let's just try doing that with some backing, which will give us an idea of where we are in the pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4. With a 1 and a 2 and a. 1, 2, 3, 4. With a 1 and a 2 and a. 1, 2, 3, 4. With a 1 and a 2 and a. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. With a 1 and a 2 and a. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the half of the pattern. Now I'll just point out that we're playing mostly around the middle of the bow. You're using the wrist, not the arm, so there's like a little circle going on with the wrist. And notice that the accents, which are on the beginning of each of the 3s, down, up, so they're alternating downs and ups, obviously because it's 3. So we're now going to extend that over 2 bars instead of 1. So it's going to be with a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5. With a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5. With a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5. Let's try that really slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. With a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5. With a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5. This is actually harder slow than it is a bit faster. With a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5. With a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5. With a 1 and a 2 and a easier not taking any notice of the with a one and a with that stuff, but some people might find that helpful. You can also do with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, without bothering with a one and a. With a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's take it up just a little bit. That was 70 beats per PM. We're going up to 85, and we'll do the same again. One and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5. With a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5. With a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5. With a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5. And there you notice the chords were changing, which doesn't make it slightly easier to find out where you are. Let's take the whole thing up to 100 BPM. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, part of the challenge of this accent, this pattern, is being able to drop in and out of it. So we're going to alternate it with a straight little melody. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try that at 120. So basically you've got to now just get that faster, because no one's going to use the double shuffle at that speed. So let's just gradually speed up. And now let's try something different. Let's try alternating different notes on the upper string. So instead of always having an E, now that you no longer have to be thinking all the time about what the bow is doing, we can go. And incidentally, if I've already completely lost you, then do bear in mind that this may be the work of hours or days or weeks or possibly even months before you absolutely master it. So keep on going back over these patterns and keep on working at it until you get it up to a decent speed. Because as I say, it's not much use this pattern unless you can get it up to a proper speed. So let's try this pattern at 120, just staying on one chord. Now let's add some drones. So every time you do an accented note, you play the open A as well. Let's do that with some backing. And we're now up to 145 BPM. Now let's get on to the Orange Blossom Special pattern, which is basically 3 chords, A, D, E and back to A. And we've got some nice double stops. So we're starting off with a E and a C sharp under it. And we're alternating that. Our upper note is an A and an E. So do that a few times. And you have to work quite hard now because your bow's got to go all the way from there to there. And here it becomes better to be well towards the middle or even upper bow. Then we're going to a D, and you've got F sharp with a D underneath it, 4th finger, and we're alternating that with A and D again. Then we're going to E, so we've got a G sharp, 3rd finger, with a B on the A string, alternating that again with the A and D, and then a different version of the A, so C sharp with an A underneath it, and this is not easy, and again the A and D. So that's and incidentally, the dots for this and all the other different patterns that we've done are available on a PDF, and if you subscribe, send me an email, I will send you a copy of those dots. There's a few variations that we can add to this pattern I've just shown you. Now here, if you replace that B with a C, squeezing your 2nd finger in there, and then here you can alternate the E with an F sharp. And this is not at all easy, there's a lot of finger squeezing. It's easier when you're going really fast and people can't really hear exactly what's going on. I'm going to try this at 140 BPM. Now, we're actually still pretty slow. So, the final one is at 220 no less, and this is more or less proper speed. So we'll have a go at it like that. So, the Orange Blossom Special is a tune that everyone's got to have in their arsenal if you want to be able to show off and get people excited by your playing. It's a tune that is it has been banned from many contests. In fact, the Hokum Bowing in general, or double shuffling, is not really allowed in most contests these days. It used to be, because it's such a crowd pleaser, it was a cheap and easy way of winning a contest, and because of that it's no longer allowed. But if you're playing in a pub and not in a contest, then it's definitely something to have. So let's have a go at full speed. Well, somewhere near full speed, which is actually, in my version, 220. Let's see what this sounds like. So here we are at somewhere near full speed. really got this mastered, then you can improvise over this pattern. Doing that kind of thing, which is a lot of fun. So I hope you enjoyed this. As I say, you can get dots for this if you want from me, and hope to see you again soon.